She used to be an actress.
She ever do anything out of scene?
I think her biggest...
Her biggest? Let's start over again. Ready? On three.
She used to be an actress.
She ever do anything out of scene?
I think her biggest deal was she starred in a pilot.
What's a pilot?
Well, you know the shows on TV.
I don't watch TV.
Yes, but you are aware that there's an invention called television, and on that invention they show shows?
Yeah.
Well, the way they pick the shows on TV is they make one show, and that show is called a pilot. And they show that one show to the people who pick the shows, and on the strength of that one show, they decide if they want to make more shows. Some get accepted and become TV programs. Some don't and become nothing. She starred in one of the ones that became nothing.
Watching the tide.
What's that?
The birds play into the bay a little bit.
And then we hit a bird with a plane.
Chesley.
That's what we need. We need to insert because on the TV show it went.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, it's Couch Pilots. Wait, they might
I fucked him up.
That's all right. It's the show that dares to fly into the unknown territory of awful television pilots of the past. My name is Jason, and with me is my bae.
Aww.
It's Captain Philip Rest.
You always such those nice things to me.
Yeah, I'm very nice to you.
You are very nice to me, and thank you for bringing me dinner. I appreciate that.
I did bring you dinner. Your wife is gone. Your wife says every year she says I mark in the calendar. She counts it down. Says I can't wait to be away from Blake for 1 week. And she's where does she go to? Some island?
Panama City,
yeah,
Beach, Florida.
And she's like, I'll be
COVID
there.
capital of the world.
And while she's gone, Blake's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to eat. So you tricked me into bringing you dinner.
Yeah, kind of.
You tricked me by saying, "Bring me dinner."
Well, I said, please bring me dinner. I was like, I didn't eat last night and I drank. I didn't eat Sunday night and I drank. And
you're lounging in the pool last night. I was here recording another show.
Yeah, I was
You're
chilling.
lounging in the pool.
That was only the second time I've been in that pool this year. Like seriously, like only the second time.
That better be true because I have not
is.
got one call saying, "Join me in my swimming pool."
Well, you know what? For up until Saturday, that pool, the pump hasn't been on. I haven't done anything to it in 2 weeks because of all the rain we had and everything, and I was so busy working, and I just didn't touch it. I didn't even fucking care.
Well, last week we kind of touched on the fact that you've got a lot of things going job-wise, gig-wise, side gig, and you said, I am cutting a lot of that out. I am losing my mind. Maybe you're going to spend a little bit more time in the pool.
Yeah, I had a breakdown Friday night, like an emotional.
You said that yesterday.
What
does that mean?
Breakdown, and I kind of lost it.
There's a guy I think that could help you with this, and I think we should bring him onto the show.
Oh, okay.
And then I would love to get into your mental breakdown. Can we do that?
Sure.
You want to intro him into the show?
This is a guy that's going to save my life. That's a task that not many people would want to even raise their hand for, and he didn't. Let's welcome to the show last week's guest, Kimmo Slice.
This is actually Tony Robbins.
Oh, hey, Tony. How are you doing, buddy?
Hey, fuck you, okay? All you gotta fucking do is just take a hold of your fucking life, okay?
Brother.
Fucking Tony Robbins, fuck. Did you watch that documentary?
No.
It's time to play the game.
You like that? Tony Robbins is Tony Robbins that huge motivational speaker guy?
Yeah, tall guy, right?
Yeah, and he's got
who he fucked with women, right?
Yeah. Oh well.
Wait, what? When he fucked with women?
Oh yeah, he got in trouble.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Obviously,
Tony Robbins with his big frying pan hands got canceled.
Pretty much.
His voice is like this, and he says "fuck" about every other word.
Tony Robbins does?
Yes. He does these big conferences. My sister went to one. No joke. And because her company paid for everybody to go to it. And he just cusses the whole time. He's like, you gotta fucking take a hold of your fucking life. There was a whole documentary about it. You gotta watch. It's on Netflix, I think.
Seriously, I think the limit of my knowledge in Tony Robbins is I used to watch
huge face.
Well, I used to watch Shallow Hal, where Jack Black fucks a big fat fucking lady.
Yeah.
And he's on there, right? Doesn't he do? He's on there, right?
Yes,
yeah.
He is,
and I was like, oh, he seems like a good guy, but apparently he's like like actually manhandling women. It's
so weird.
He's just fucked the whole time he's doing his speech.
I don't know what the fuck you guys are fucking thinking. Like he says it an uncomfortable amount for somebody who cusses regularly. You know,
Right.
says it too much.
I had no idea.
You're playing the baseball music, and then Miley Cyrus, because you wanted me to talk about my trip.
I want to hear.
And
About this.
we'll go through the trip.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Well, right before we do that, we want let's dip into some of your mental anguish we were talking about up top.
I have been.
You had a breakdown.
Yeah, I
And this is
I have-
right before or right after you went to this baseball game.
Oh, it was after.
It was after
Like
you went
right
to
after.
It was
right?
it was the week after. Yeah, I've been working a whole lot, like 70 hours a week. I took on some responsibilities, and I got shit on Friday night
At work.
At work, and I had kind of been,
patrons or coworkers.
patrons and coworkers,
Okay.
and so and I don't tell my wife any of my feelings.
Hey, understandable.
Because it always comes back to her. It's all about her.
Understandable.
And so I had an issue, and anyway, I kind of just lost it and kind of like vomited a lot of stuff, and
Verbally, not physical.
right,
Like,
and
regurgitation.
was crying and like yeah, I was in a bad place, and so
was she there for you to comfort you?
Mostly.
eventually she chose to go to the Moose and have a beer, and then about an hour later come home and then want to be there for me. And I was like, that's bullshit. That's the worst thing you could do. Well, she was like, well, I want to talk about what happened. I go, I want to talk about what happened with you not being there for your husband when he needed. But anyway, I don't want to go there.
How did you come out the other side of this thing a renewed man with new decisions on the horizon?
I the next morning, well, I thought about it that night, and I was like, I can't do this extra stuff. I'm doing too much. I love the money, and that's what motivated me to do all this stuff. And the money, I use the money as
an excuse for ruining your mental health.
Well, you can't. Well, I was trying to work a lot to push down what was going on. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Keep myself busy, and the money was good, and I was picking money over my self-preservation.
Yeah.
So
it's all right.
And so the next day I said, I wrote a letter to the board and said, I'm not going to do this anymore, and I'm not working 12-hour shifts anymore.
The Moose you're ruining my life,
and I'm not going anymore. Outside of my 2 shifts, it's going to be a job. It's not going to be my home, another place I make money. It's just going to be two days a week.
You've been through kind of
ebb and flows with the Moose.
With the Moose, yes. And so this is just going to be one of those things.
Possibly.
It's ebb time.
Or it could just be it's a job now, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm going to come see you when you're working.
And
how about that?
The drinking has gotten out of hand, and that's partly because where do you spend 50% of your time?
Yeah.
At the bar, and so yeah,
inevitable when you're there all the time.
Right.
Well, one of my most recent experiences at the Moose, and I've had a handful now, was after your birthday, or like your birthday, actually. Right. It was your birthday. We went there after dinner, and you were welcomed joyously by every single person you came in contact with.
Yeah.
That's huge for you, right?
But it's for the wrong reasons. And
what were the wrong reasons?
Well, this is what I told Molly, and I said, this is something that, yes, you're right. It was feeding something I needed in my life that I wasn't getting.
What were you not getting?
I think
adulation.
Adulation.
Yes. Do your friends not love you?
No, it's completely different. Yes. And
fuck you, man!
It's not about you. It's about me. No, but if you stop and think about it, those people are going to talk to whoever is there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot of people who've been drinking.
No, but I'm just saying, it's just like
25 years, right?
But it's the same. I'm saying if you go to the same bar every day, and people, acknowledge you or talk to you or whatever, and you get an attention, they're going to give that attention to whoever's sitting next to them, and
kind of like if you're in like a bar car of a train.
Yeah, right. And if I playing cards. But if I stop going, how many of those people are going to call me and say, "Hey, do you want to go do something?" None of them.
0%.
Yeah.
0.
Except for that meth lady that became my girlfriend. She hasn't called me back in a couple of weeks.
Saw her walking out outside of Subway, literally the day after we.
Where?
Right by your house. I told you.
I've seen her walk around there too.
I know. I remember.
She lives down there somewhere.
She lives near me and doesn't have the common decency to call me back.
Yeah.
Get you a gummy.
She won't stop talking. That's the problem. Is she won't stop talking.
She wants to give you a gummo.
Gum
And I'm not talking about no Harmony Korine. Okay, I'm talking about a gummo, baby.
Harmony Korine, look at you. Did you do a deep dive?
I did a deep dive.
When did you? After the episode I did of the?
No, I just know it. I just autism.
Okay,
I never watched it.
I just know it. Autism.
Yeah.
You know, do you know what he's talking about?
No.
Is a filmmaker who made some real fucking weird movies, and Gummo is one of them. And he totally pulled that out of his asshole. That's pretty
Blake,
funny.
You went on a baseball trip with your father and your dad, and I want to hear about it.
I'm gonna
Look
give
at
you.
him go.
I've been wanting to hear about it.
I'm gonna give you the abridged version of it.
Sure, I'll hear the abridged.
The backstory: my brother, my dad, and I have had a toxic relationship all throughout our lives.
Have you had like kind of a standing thing, like we're gonna go to it?
No, we've never. We've never. And a couple months ago, my dad sold his house. He says, "Guys, I want to go to St. Louis. I want to get great seats. I want to stay at the hotel right across the street. I want the three of us to take the train down. I want us to have Clayton's time out. Clayton weekend."
Yeah.
And
Now, my mom has been on this show a couple times, and she loves Blake, and I think Blake likes my mom quite a bit too.
Yeah,
but last week we heard from my dad, who just happened to give me a call during the show for the
All
first
right,
time.
all right.
When I first met Blake, I don't know that his dad came up within the first year or two of our conversations, and when he did come up, it was a point of contention.
Sure.
I'd like to think over the past few years, Blake, you and your father both have been mending bridges.
Sure.
And kind of getting back together and saying, let's try to make some sort of relationship work.
Sure. And my brother is the anti-relationship.
Yeah.
He was invited. It was you, your brother Chad, and Peepaw.
Right. And
Chad hasn't acknowledged it as fact that this is his father, and he should have some kind of any relationship with him.
Right. He's a big crybaby, but
yeah.
So at the beginning of this, when we all go, we all say, let's do it, and this is the date and everything.
Yeah.
And so there's a text chain between me and my dad and my brother, right? The whole time, for a month and a half, there's texts all the time from my dad saying, "Hey, I got the tickets, blah blah blah," and my brother not responding to anything. I'm like, this is gonna be fun, but and as the week leading up to it, my dad is like, "I'm so excited, Clayton. St. Louis better be ready for the Claytons and all this stuff."
Yeah, totally.
He was so excited.
Yeah.
So
being your father, a person who I can see some of those kind of traits in you.
Right.
Like I'm just getting riled up.
We're
for a
doing
trip.
this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he gets 6 row tickets behind the dugout.
They were great tickets.
We sit.
Fantastic.
We go to the brand new hotel. It's right across the street. It's $300 a night.
What was the name of the hotel? Can I ask?
It's called Live Lowe's.
Live Lowe's?
Live Lowe's. Yeah.
What a weird ass name.
It
But
is.
was it a
Is it
cool
like-
hotel?
Oh, it was an awesome hotel.
Was it like a Home Depot or?
No, it was like a shrink.
Lowe's.
It was a shrink. There's players.
Oh, okay.
Players stay there.
Kind of like a Menards?
Players stay there.
Kinda like Menards?
Yeah.
It had like a lumberyard?
Yeah, but you can only buy one thing each time you go.
Did you did you take a train down there?
Yeah, so we took the train, and so we go down and
Remember when he said Berenstain Bears last week? That's pretty funny.
we go
Turn the fucking music off. I want to hear him.
we
talk.
go to Bloomington, right? We get on the train, and I'm like, Clayton's weekend, let's fucking drink,
Yeah.
So I go up to the beer car, and I get some booze. I got my dad a drink, and then I go up again, and so it's a 3-hour
tour.
train to St. Louis.
Yeah.
I don't know if you put enough fine a point on this. You were genuinely concerned about how Chad was going to behave during
Yeah,
this
no,
trip.
I was very concerned that Chad was going to ruin the weekend.
This was
Yeah,
your
yeah.
biggest concern,
Yes,
right?
no,
it
yeah,
really was.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was. The travel wasn't, the money wasn't, nothing was, except that Chad is going to fuck
And
this
so
up.
if people don't know, Chad is your older brother.
He's your older.
and we can't say this enough. Like, seriously, Aaliyah had it right, man. Age ain't nothing but a number, because you get old fucking people that act like babies all the time.
Right.
Totally.
And you were like, dude, our dad is getting old. He's got some health problems. How much time do we really have left with him?
Right.
Fucking nut up or shut up, man. And
Right.
let's do this. Let's give this for dad.
You don't have to like him. You just got to go.
Right, and just not be a dick.
Yeah.
So I think I maybe had 4 beers. We got my dad a little tipsy. So you get off the train. It's only 7 blocks to walk to the stadium.
Nice.
So we walk up to the stadium.
Did you get there like right in time to kind of like see batting practice or did you just go to the hotel?
No, we went and checked into the hotel, put our stuff away, and then went across the street. Went, kind of walked up and down Ballpark Village.
Yeah, sure.
And then my dad was like, they were giving away a free jersey to the first 30,000 people, and my dad's like, we have got to get in line.
Yeah.
I got to get my jersey. I don't want to run out.
Yeah.
We get in line, so we're having a couple drinks before this, right?
Yeah.
And my dad obviously doesn't. With his health, he drinks, but he doesn't drink with me and my brother, who are
Yes.
it was a bad, he it was not good for him to his liver or whatever, So we get in line, and my dad's pretty smoked,
pretty lit up,
yeah, for sure. He's drinking vodka and Sprites.
Oh God,
is he lit up from the tit up?
Yeah. For sure, but he's like a kid. I mean, we're in line, and he
can't wait.
He is just. I mean, and we get up there. He gets his jersey because they have 7,000 boxes of them left,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
And he's darting straight for the seats. Like he wants to see what
Just sit down.
He wants to see what the 6th row seat
Love
looks like.
those people. Like my wife is one of those people too.
Yeah.
You go to a baseball game, you have to go directly to your seat and sit down in your assigned seat.
And then you can go get beer. But
you don't even get a beer. No, you wait for a while.
Yeah. No, we like pulled him back and said, hey, Papa, we need to recover. We haven't had a beer in 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
So I had taken like $220 in cash. I was like, fuck it. I got it. Let's just, it's my dad. Let's just do it up.
Yeah.
So they don't take cash in the stadium anymore.
What?
Everything is touchscreen and everything is card.
Passing beers down vendors?
No, there are no beer vendors.
No.
I bought a couple of 6-packs of beers before I came over tonight, and I paid with cash because I had some cash on me. And the guy says, hey, I will buy your change off of you. And I don't know if this is a COVID thing. Let's have not people touch things or whatever, but there is a national shortage of change right now. So it might be a mixture of the two, COVID and change.
That's been going on for about 6 months now.
Yeah, jeez.
So we go to the game. Again, we see Giants batting practice.
Yep.
I got a picture of my dad like standing down by the dugout, he's like he's been at his first baseball game.
Yeah.
He's been at that stadium before, but
yeah,
he is just I love this,
Yeah.
And me and my brother continue to drink beers like it's going out of style. We get the fucking big, huge Budweisers.
Budweisers.
Yeah, they don't have Miller there.
Right, of course, Budweiser.
And so
you guys love to drink like it's your job,
right? Yeah.
When you got a mission and it's your day, it's just,
and
you say like it's going out of style.
And at one point, my dad's like, "I'm okay right now."
Yeah,
we're like,
and you guys are like,
"No."
He's like, Dad, don't you want to be cool like us?
Don't you want to see how much degenerates we are? So me, like all the people around me that are sitting around me, I'm getting involved with. I'm like,
I love that.
And my brother is antisocial person, and whenever
he shut down, really.
He a couple times he was like, "Fucking knock it off," and I'm like, "No," I was like, "Fuck you," And so Willie McGee is he's an outfielder coach, and he's sitting on the stairs, and I'm like, Willie, you are better than Vince Coleman. And he kind of gets a giggle or whatever, and I go to Chad. I go embarrass Chad, obviously,
yeah.
And everybody's kind of laughing. And I go, Chad, I got another one. He goes, no, don't. I go, no, a couple innings. I got one more. It's gonna be great. He's like, don't fucking do it. Game ends, and still flying high. Cardinals win.
Great game.
Great
I watched
game.
some of it. Yeah.
We go over to Cardinal Nation. Oh no, we go back to the hotel because my dad wants to use the restroom and all this stuff up there.
Yeah.
And everybody and their brother is going to that was in that stadium is going to that hotel, and there's 2 elevators. So I was like, I'm going to stay down here, and I'm going to get a double Jack and Coke.
Yeah,
that's kind of been your go-to.
And this is where shit fell apart.
Oh, everything! I almost want to stop the story here because everything's going so well. But I think
it stays good. It stays good for everybody.
Either way,
else.
we have to.
It's good for everybody,
right? Yeah. So I get a double Jack and Coke. It cost me $24.
Yeah, of course. God, that's fucking.
And
nuts.
then
Frank Sinatra would kill himself if he heard that.
And I told the guy, I gave him a 40, and I said, just give me the 10 because he would have got a $6 tip. He gave me the $6 back, so I paid $34 for this Jack and Coke. That makes me mad. I chug it down. My dad comes back. He goes, what are you drinking? I go, Jack and Coke. He goes, uh-oh. And my brother comes down. He goes, what was that? I go, that's Jack and Coke. He goes, you're not supposed to drink whiskey. I go, fuck you. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm on vacation, dude.
Yeah. So we go down Cardinal Nation, kind of partying a little bit, having some drinks. And supposedly I ordered another Jack and Coke.
You don't remember, though.
Well, I remember ordering another Jack and Coke.
Yeah.
And then supposedly we were outside in like the little patio area, right?
Yeah.
And supposedly I kept buying Vegas bombs.
Oh, boy.
And bringing them back without asking if they wanted them.
Now, I've been out late at night with ladies locally in the Peoria area. I've had a Vegas bomb or two with some dumb broads. It's like $5. Down there, $10, $12
Yeah.
a bomb? Oh,
Yeah.
10:14 p.m. Okay, hold on.
So
We got 9:21 p.m. $24 double Jack and Coke, and the guy fucked me into a $10 tip. Show content story.
Oh, is that Twitter? Is that Facebook?
No, that's just text.
Oh, text.
To the group text.
So here's where the show content story is.
Please.
So this is going on, and whenever I get really, really drunk, you can tell because I'm buying people drinks that I don't know.
Yeah.
So I bought a couple of Vegas bombs for these two people that were sitting at the bar.
Sure, and they'll never forget you.
And this is where I don't remember anything, but I found out about it.
Oh boy.
So I wake up the next morning in the hotel with my clothes still on.
Of course.
I kind of open my eyes and kind of, and I look over. My brother's awake, and I was like,
You guys were in the same room,
yeah. Me and my brother had to share a bed.
and your dad was in the room too.
He had the other bed to himself.
So you all had just one room.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was $300 a night.
I don't know.
You spoon and Chad.
So I look
wanna
over.
fuck your
I look
brother?
over my brother.
You fuck your brother?
No. I look over at my brother and I go, fuck. I was like, my head's killing me. He goes, yeah. He goes, how's your leg feeling? And I go,
Oh, boy.
I don't know. My leg's fine. And he goes, I don't think so. So here's what happened.
Chad broke my ankle.
It's not fine
He took a
because I
steel-
remember breaking your leg.
He took a steel chair. So supposedly, at some point, my dad's like 3 times my dad had to say, no, Blake, I'm good. I'm going to get sick. I'm fine.
Yeah.
And so then it was time to go back to the hotel. I don't remember going back to the hotel, and I don't remember falling down on concrete sidewalk. My brother had my
Downstairs?
No, just walking straight.
Okay.
Oh boy.
My dad then shows me a video. The next morning,
boy.
Your dad's taking video of you?
hold on. I really thought my dad was. I fucked up my dad's weekend. I was so worried about Chad fucking it up. I was like,
Yeah.
but my dad was still sleeping when my brother was telling me all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I went outside to smoke a cigarette, walk around a little bit, come back in, and my dad's up, and he's like, I walk in, he goes, he's just laughing. He goes, how you feeling, buddy? I go, that's a little rough, but I was like, I had a good time. I said, did you have a good time? He goes, it was a blast. He goes, come here, I want to show you something. And
Oh boy.
he was walking behind me as we were walking back to the hotel, and my brother was walking kind of in front of me.
And you don't remember this at all?
And I don't remember this at all.
Yeah.
And you can just see me just swaying.
Oh, just not.
And my dad goes, I'm so mad that I pushed stop, and about 3 seconds later is when you fucking bit it and it hit the ground. My brother had to pick me up. They took me back into the elevator.
Yeah.
Supposedly I was hitting on a girl while her big, huge boyfriend was standing right there. Oh, and again, I again fell down in the hotel room. I again fell down. My brother just eventually pushed me onto the bed because my brother was getting all pissed off because he was taking care of me.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
And the next day I was like, how many times have I taken care of you?
Did you piss,
Oh,
did you
my
piss the
gosh,
bed?
right.
No, I didn't piss the bed. So
Should've.
So when I go downstairs to go smoke a cigarette, I get my wallet. I look in my wallet. I have $15. I spent $205
Sure.
Easy.
drinking after I had already spent $100 easy in the ballpark.
In the ballpark, yeah,
and
'cause you didn't
50
have any
and
cash.
50 in the train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
So, but my dad loved it. He thought it was great.
Yeah.
He had a great time.
It's so easy those nights to just blow through so much money.
Because
I've done exactly
drinking. You drink beers the whole time. If I would have just drank beer, I would have been fine.
Yeah.
But I turned into a guy who likes
Mr.
whiskey.
Hyde.
Yeah, whiskey guy.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. So all is said and done, you get back home. Chad behaved,
Yes, he got grouchy at the end.
and Dad had a good time.
Dad had a great time. He already has a frame up on his wall in his room of with all the different pictures.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he loved it. He said we're going to do this every year, and
I don't know.
I was just happy that I didn't ruin his trip. And so the next day, our train doesn't leave till 5:30 p.m.
Holy shit! What did you do?
So we went and ate.
You had to pull it together, huh? You drank some more beers, probably.
I started to drink some more.
Jeez, you need to.
We went, had lunch, and then I took my dad to the Hall of Fame. He had never been there.
Which Hall of Fame?
The Cardinal Hall of Fame.
Cardinal Hall of Fame.
No, Cooperston.
I took him to Cooperston.
It was so funny. I got a picture of this guy.
Cooperston.
This guy is 63, whatever.
Yeah.
They have a thing where you can hold like Lou Brock's bat or
Ted Williams' head,
and you can get a picture. But you had to wear these little gloves. Like the one time. Yeah. And my dad was just so fucking happy, and I'm just like,
so
I was like, that made me feel good. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, this guy is fucking having the time of his life.
That's nuts.
And he has two of his sons with him, which we've never done anything together.
Yeah.
We watched the game on the jumbotron outside in Cardinal Village while it's going on.
Oh yeah, because it was
it
probably
was a day game.
Yeah, because it was. Yeah.
And then we walked down to the train, caught the train, came home, and it was a fucking kick-ass time. My dad had a blast.
I want to do that now. I want to go to a Cardinal game and take the train there.
It was awesome. Here, I guess
sick.
I'm kind of drunk in this picture. Yeah. Kind of drunk in that picture. You can tell he's flipping.
Chad's having such a great time.
Yeah. Here's another picture of me and my brother. Where he's having a great time. He's not happy about taking pictures of me. And
loves to take pictures.
But here we are on the train.
Oh, that's great.
Very nice.
But there is I don't know where it's at.
My favorite one is the one with your dad like behind you too, kind of, and you're just trying to like kind of taking a selfie.
Yeah.
And he looks very unprepared for the photo. And I remember looking at the picture and showing it to Steph and going, man, I hate to say it, but this guy, I can tell that's Blake's dad. I can really tell. There's a resemblance between you and him.
I used to think that my brother looked more
Chad
like
doesn't look like your dad at all.
But if you look at and I've always thought that Chad looked like him more, but if you look at this picture of me, I look a lot like my dad.
Yeah,
I had a beard,
Yeah, you and your dad look very similar. Chad doesn't look like him whatsoever.
Maybe he was the milkman's kid, not me. But we had a great time. I didn't fuck it up. I was so glad that my dad he didn't
had fun.
The next day he didn't go, oh, what an embarrassment you are, or blah, blah, blah. No. He was like, yeah, you had a fucking good time.
Yeah, who cares?
Nobody got hurt.
You said it nail on the head. It was his two sons with him.
Right.
He was on cloud. It doesn't matter what you guys were doing.
Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, all you have is time.
Yeah.
Is there a God? Is there an afterlife? We don't know the answer to these things. We truly don't know the answer. All you have is right here, right now. And over the past few years, I've seen you mend your relationship with your father and a little bit with your brother. And this is very nice to hear. I'm so happy that you did this, and I'm really.
And
glad
my dad's
it went
like,
well.
"We're gonna do this every year," and I'm like, "Oh, fucking, we can't depend on Chad."
No. This is great because in a couple months when your dad dies, you'll always have this as a remembrance. Jesus, I knew he wouldn't like that.
I knew he wouldn't like it because he had a good. We ended it on a good note.
I knew he wouldn't like it. He'll be around for another 30, 40 years. Okay. No, that's awesome. I'm really glad to hear that it went well because you were.
I want to do that now. Yeah,
he was very anxious about Chad being a motherfucker, which
I
get.
And I know you guys have both spent time with my brother. He's a fucking asshole, and he ruins everything.
Yeah,
he could.
Your brother has ruined my life. I will say.
Yeah,
I think that it was enough people were around that his social anxiety was it a benefit.
Well, I think that's why I started feeding him beer when we got on the train.
Yeah, I think that was a benefit of him not fucking everything up. People being around.
You think so? Because he hates people. I think
if he's here and there's like
he's relaxed. He's relaxed and casual.
I disagree. I think he kind of fucks the mood up sometimes when there's few people.
Okay,
we could spend the rest of the show dissecting Chad and his social anxieties and retardation, but we won't do that. Instead, we will discuss the pilot episode of Whattley By The Bay.
I was just about ready to say it.
Ding.
From the year of our Lord, 1900 plus 88. Now, that was a great year.
Great year. -2.
I was still 13, just like last year.
Just like
last episode.
Just like last episode, I was number 7. And also, we will go back to 1988.
In our minds.
To discuss some of the things that happened that year. Because Whattley By The Bay wasn't made this year. And this year is a year that we're all well aware of and we're living in. We know how to react to things. But 1988 was a completely different time, and we need to adjust accordingly for when the pilot was made.
You can't judge a pilot from 1988 based on the standards and things that are going on in 2021. Yeah. First of all, we didn't have the new Busch Stadium back in '88, baby.
Didn't have that.
Can't do it.
No.
We didn't have
Tron. We didn't have Tron.
Didn't have
no.
Tron.
No.
You don't know.
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy. Like right now, we have pelicans. Back in 1988, nobody knew what a pelican was. If somebody would have saw a pelican, it would have been like seeing a dinosaur.
Mm-hmm. We didn't have bicycles.
It's true.
You don't know.
I got it. I got what you were doing.
He's got a bicycle.
Go ahead. Just do it. Just do it. Get it over.
Roads.
Just do it. Get it over.
He got a bicycle.
All right.
You don't know.
All right, Flinky dog.
You don't.
Anyway, so
don't know.
we
don't know.
we have CGI now. We didn't have before.
So loud.
It is
You
so
don't
loud.
know. What hard times are, Daddy. You don't know. What hard times are.
So
Daddy.
that's what we didn't have Band-Aids either.
Didn't have Band-Aids in
Oh no, we had them, but
we
now we have
established
one
last year or week
right. But now we have our tones.
our tones.
So with different skin color, you can get different Band-Aids to match them. Which I feel as though when I'm a white person, but when I have a Band-Aid on, you can still tell I have a fucking Band-Aid
Well,
on.
everybody, yes.
Just do clear. Just do
Clear.
clear.
Just
That's
do
all.
Clear.
Because with clear, you'll get to see what your skin is underneath the bandage. That's what clear means.
Yeah.
FYI, news alert: Molly is safely in her place, and she is on the beach
She's on vacation right now.
with
away
all
from you.
those COVID. Look at all that. Look at all that COVID.
Look at all that COVID.
Just waves of COVID coming in.
Delta variant.
And
That's exactly what I was going to say. Is Delta variant.
the condo. Here's a view of the condo at night. So it looked
Nice.
There's a bunch of housed COVID right there.
Housed COVID. The only Delta variant I care about is that Delta 8 THC, baby.
Hey.
Smoke weed every day. You got that on there?
I've been
Smoke weed every
I've been doing that because I've been listening to This Is Important.
Important.
And every once in a while at work, I'm like, smoke weed every day. My boss is like, what? I'm like, no, it's just a song.
It's a song.
No, don't fire me. I'm just
shit's
singing
important.
a song.
I like
Yeah.
that.
What?
That shit's important.
We have
Adam
been
Stan.
mining so much from the CBS Summer Playhouse, and episode is no exception.
It's the summer.
It really is the summer of CBS Summer Playhouse, and everything lands within a very tight time frame. So a lot of times we're talking about stuff over and over again that's from the same time period. So we have to kind of break it up. So so to go within our minds this time, I said, you know what? What are some movies that were released in August of 1988? Because it's August
this.
right now,
Yep.
obviously. Mm-hmm. August 5th of 1988, The Blob was released, starring Anthony Edwards.
Ooh, is that no? That's not the guy from Billy Madison, right?
No, who are you thinking from?
The Blob. Is that the guy? No, it's not that
No.
movie. Okay.
No, Anthony Edwards was Dr. Green from ER, the main guy from the original. But he
Emergency Room.
He died in season 8 or 9.
Oh wow, spoilers. I mean,
This is a spoiler
this is a
podcast.
spoiler
Yeah.
podcast.
Anyway, The Blob was a remake of an old horror film from like the 50s. You don't really, Blake, you don't dive into movies at all. Kevin, do you dig into old horror movies?
Old horror movies, I know about them just solely because of this one dude on Facebook who does deep dives, and he's like kind of a Brian Wolford character, just loves all that old horror stuff. And I know facts about it because of my just deep dives on Wikipedia, but I've never
Horror in
watched.
general or The Blob?
Horror in general, old horror in
Okay.
general. But The Blob, I'm familiar with. I've heard of it, and I understand what the concept is. But I've never.
The Blob is
seen
basically
or
like
anything.
a space, some sort of gelatinous space thing that just keeps consuming things and growing larger and larger.
Like my cum.
Like your cum. That's right. Thank you for saying that. This movie was notable for me because it's kind of fucked up. Like Anthony Edwards dies early. He's in the police station The blob is over his head. It falls on him.
Like
and
my cum.
Just like your cum does.
Very much like your cum.
And Anthony Edwards' girlfriend is at the police station, and Anthony Edwards is covered in the blob, and he reaches his hand out to his girlfriend, and she grabs his hand, and she pulls his arm right off his body. He is completely
shit.
dissolved. It's fucked up. And then later in the movie, I've often, as a child watching horror movies, taken great solace in the fact that I am a child. I can't be killed in a horror movie. This blob movie kills children.
That's what you know. That's hardcore.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a kid who comes out after being covered in the blob, and it's just his skeleton. It's like Blake's fucking cum.
It's like if you kill a kid or kill a dog in your movie, that's fucked. That's when people go,
I'm gonna come.
I don't know about you guys, but I fucking jack off to these old horror movies.
I'm gonna come. Do you see that video? You see that video?
I mean, probably.
Kamala Harris.
About an hour and a half before you got here.
She goes, do not come. Do not come. And then Donald Trump going, I'm going to come. You haven't seen that?
No.
Did you hear her say that, though?
No.
It was recently, and she was saying that
Was she
about...
at the border saying it?
Yes.
Oh,
she was saying, literally.
Okay.
She was saying that at the border to, Mexican people.
She's in charge of immigration. Joe Biden says, I'm very old. I can barely keep it together. I need to have
Unbelievable.
Kamala Harris at the border.
So unbelievable.
And
Are you going to play the video?
I got it. Yes, I need to. I
would
need to
love
play
for you
the
to do
"Do
that.
Not Come" video because it's her saying that, and then it's stitched with a video.
Yeah. No,
of,
that's...
of Bad Orange Man. Yeah.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Is that
Do
Vic
not
Berger?
come. No, it's just
should
like a
be.
TikTok thing. Yeah,
It should be Vic
could
Berger.
could very well
Friend
be.
of the show, Vic Berger.
Yeah, friend of the show. Oh my God. that's-
Did you
Still
listen to that
nuts.
interview?
yes, I've been watching his videos nonstop.
What did you-
since
did I do a good
before I
job in
started-
the
Yes,
interview?
it was awesome. It was great. I loved it.
Did Blake do a good job?
Yeah,
in the
Blake
interview?
did great.
I didn't do anything.
Blake did great. You interjected at the appropriate time.
Yes, you did.
Well,
you didn't
'cause-
ruin it like Chad didn't ruin your
Well, I'll tell you what.
You didn't Chad the interview.
I got very nervous because there was an interview
I
that
could tell you were nervous.
There's one interview that we did where I made a comment
I know what he's talking about.
and it didn't go over well, and I actually
I know
took it out.
I know exactly what
I
you're
took
talking
it out.
Do you know? I know the one.
You took it
what-
out.
What is
I had to
it?
took it out.
What's the interview? Do you know? I know what it is.
The what's his name? The Dune guy. No, the movie Mad Max-ish movie.
I don't think that's the one I'm thinking of. But you're Ruben Leader? Is that
yeah,
you're thinking of?
Ruben Leader. No.
I'm thinking it's Marcus Monroe.
Yeah.
When you were
Oh,
cursing and he was like,
No, I
I'm
said
a
something
clean
about hookers or something. And he was
like hooking up with ladies.
yeah, hooking up with ladies, and he was like, I don't think my wife. And so I really backed off after that.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. No, I actually had to listen to that one in its entirety before it was published.
That's right.
Because I had to convert it.
Oh,
I follow him on TikTok. Great guy. Marcus
Nice
Monroe.
guy. Marcus
Friend of the
Monroe,
show.
great dude.
Yeah.
August 12th movie release, Mac and Me.
Ooh, love that movie. Absolute classic. Have you watched it before?
I bet I watched it in the late 80s, early 90s when it came out. Not in the theater.
You
but
haven't watched it like recently?
No.
Oh, it's so funny. Have you watched Mac and Me, Blake?
I'm going back to try to find out what it is.
It's E.T. knockoff.
Yeah, it's like McDonald's based as far as its advertising.
Oh, okay. I got you.
and
I
will
listened to the how did this get made about it, and then I watched it before I listened to the podcast about it. Yeah.
I think the thing
They got a 3.4 on IMDb.
Here's something weird about it. Here's something. Jennifer Aniston is in that movie
Yes, she is.
as an uncredited dancer in McDonald's. There's like a dance scene
It's a
that
dance
happens
scene.
in
Yeah.
McDonald's.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
Even more than that, I think what has eclipsed the movie
Paul Rudd thing.
is that every time Paul Rudd would go on Conan's show, whatever show Conan had, late night, The Tonight Show, Conan on TBS, whatever it was, every time he came on, he's like,
To
hey,
promote a movie.
Yes, hey, why don't you show a clip from your most recent film, Paul Rudd? He would show a clip from Mac and
that's
Me,
funny.
where
Do you know the clip?
No.
You don't know.
Tell
this
him about
reference?
the clip.
It's so Mac and Me is like this kid in a wheelchair, right? It's a kid in a wheelchair, and it's like a ET like figure. There's one
Really
part,
weird, skinny,
Yeah,
naked,
I saw the
long-looking
picture, yeah.
alien. Very bizarre.
There's a part where this kid loses control of his wheelchair and he starts going down this mountain and then he flies off a cliff into water and he splashes and then Mac comes into frame and goes, oh. And it's the dumbest fucking
Beat
thing.
for beat, every time, and I'm talking I would say 12 to 15 times.
Paul Rudd was on Conan a lot.
Paul
Oh
every single time Paul Rudd was on, he would never promote the movie properly, and he would always show that exact clip every time.
That's awesome.
Every
Up
time.
until the last week that Conan was doing.
I didn't see that. Did
Well,
he
in the-
actually
in the
promote
last
the
week-
movie?
Well, the last week, I think one of the last guests was Seth Rogen,
Yeah.
and then they brought Paul Rudd out, and then they alluded to the fact that Paul Rudd always does this, and he's like, actually, there's something I think it was maybe Bill Hader was on.
Okay.
And he's like,
it was Hader.
He's like, Bill Hader, when you were on Saturday Night Live and I came to host, we did this thing and it was cut for time, but we actually have the clip here.
The sketch.
And it was a sketch, and
Yeah.
it was the fucking Mac and me
It was
every
just-
single time.
Did you
without
see
fail.
it then or no?
no,
Oh my
I just
God.
saw the picture from.
And I seriously, I bet it was 12 to 15 times he showed that clip, and sometimes they would show it a number of
So
times
funny.
during the interview.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah, they went back to it multiple times.
They would
during the interview.
they would be like, you know what? That's
more than one time,
obviously
yeah.
not the clip from the movie I'm promoting. Here's the actual clip, and they'd fucking show the exact same thing again.
That's great.
Oh, and that was like prime Conan back when I was
I
watching
have
it every
really,
night.
to be honest with you, I was not a Conan fan until I
Yeah.
started listening to his podcast. I really like Conan O'Brien right
Oh
now.
my gosh.
And his assistant Sona.
Yeah, Sona. Yeah.
She just had her babies. She had twins.
Oh shit.
She
Oh
had
my
twins.
gosh.
Twins.
She was single the last time I.
Oh,
knew.
she got married to an Iranian guy, obviously.
Yeah.
I think
But I
Conan
would
would be
I
the
would
first
bone.
to say that he was heavily influenced by Letterman, and obviously he took that
Yeah.
position when Letterman made the switch from
So
NBC to CBS, and Conan just came from a position of working at SNL and working for The Simpsons and being a Harvard Lampoon guy, and said, let's just make some really
Weird
fucking
shit.
And he had Robert Smigel was the original writer.
Right.
Louis
Yeah.
C.K.
Yeah.
was an original writer. He worked heavily with people like Brian Stack and John Glazer.
Yeah, John Glazer
These
was
guys
always
are
on there. Yeah.
just absolute
Juggernauts.
legends.
Juggernauts, for sure.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So the thing that they created back then was
Well,
incredible.
and he's talked about it, like when they were first on,
Yeah.
like
he can't
they-
believe how good the show
Well,
was.
he
which
was
is
like
hilarious.
we heard rumors every week that we were getting canceled.
he was 27.
Yeah, he's like
That's insane.
nobody knew who he was.
And then prime Conan years like mid 2000s. When I was watching it every single night.
For you, I think for a guy like me, I would
Late
say
90s?
mid late 90s
Yeah, I
was like
was
full
unaware that that was
stride
even
Conan.
happening.
Yeah.
Just remember the masturbating bear all the time.
My favorite was Shuverine.
Yeah, Shuverine. What was that guy's name? What is that guy?
don't know.
But he's one of my favorite Conan guys.
And
you
then
know?
they would always have Abe Vigoda.
Abe
on the
Vigoda
show.
was on there so many times.
And then one of my other favorites was when John Glazer would go to like events wearing a black T-shirt that just said pubes, and then all he would do was yell out the word pubes, and they would record it, and then they would put that recording on television for people to see.
Nice.
Did I send you the best Conan sketch of all time, the Jets guy?
I don't know.
I might have said, but me and my brother love this. It's this guy wearing a Jets jersey, and he's like, Jets, 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 Jets. Unless sometimes they're not going to. I think I said that to you. Did
Just
I
keeps
not?
going and
yeah,
going
it just
and
keeps
going.
going
Yeah.
and keeps saying the words. And he goes, "Come on, come on,
You know it. Come on, join in.
come on." And then all the time when you spill mustard on, come on, sure, yeah. And then it was like he went for like 3 minutes. And he's just in the audience.
It's so funny because you watch something like Jay
Yeah.
Leno in a very traditional late night talk
sometimes
show.
you want Jay Leno on TV. Yeah.
And then it's like, and Jay Leno at the end, he's like, "Hey, I'm Jay Leno. The show's over, but stay tuned for Conan O'Brien." And it's like a completely different, like absurd mind fuck for
Sure.
the next hour.
So
Sure.
good. It was awesome. I loved watching that musical guest and then watching Jay throw it over to Conan. Hey, guys, by the way, stay tuned. Stay tuned for Conan. Stay tuned for Conan.
August 19th, Nightmare on Elm Street 4 Dream Warriors come out.
Yeah.
I almost touched my computer like it was a touchscreen.
Yeah.
I was
Is,
like,
that, is
huh?
your one at work like that?
No, it's not. I have no point of reference for touching my monitor at all.
Everybody got to seem cool.
Hold on. I'm trying. My laptop's broken. So, Kevin, why did we choose to watch Whattley by the Bay?
There is 3 simple criteria with a phantom fourth. The 3 simple criteria are: it was a pilot episode, never went to series. Whether it aired or not is irrelevant.
Awesome!
had to be on the internet, and it had to be free. And the Phantom Fourth it was on the CBS Summer Playhouse. That is the summer of the CBS Summer Playhouse.
CBS Summer Playhouse.
Do they do that at the beginning of some of them sometimes? No. I remember that there were some introductions sometimes in some of the pilots.
I think in the first season, it would be 1987.
That's when they were introing it, the black couple.
Tim
Oh,
Reed.
yes, and they were like throwing it to movies, right?
Yeah.
Like what was the Dinner and a Movie? Was that like a thing?
Dinner and Movie was a TBS thing they would do like on a Friday or Saturday nights.
Kevin
Selig.
Wasn't Kevin. It was Annabelle something.
and it was
Russell
a red-haired
Reagan.
guy.
Conan O'Brien.
The guy who was on there does a podcast
Yes.
called like the Mental Health
Yes,
Hour or
yes,
something.
yes. I know that, and
He's cool.
he was on Scarborough Country.
My
a bunch of
ex-girlfriend
times.
actually met that guy at a strip club once.
Oh.
But Annabelle something was it was
What
a
shift
total
was she
babe.
working?
No, she wasn't working there. She was just
So your girlfriend has been to your ex-girlfriend had been to a strip club and you haven't?
I've been to strip clubs.
Oh, I thought you said you have. Well, we went to the Fuzzy Hole together. I forgot.
I've been to other strip clubs beyond that. Yeah. This is before I met my
Paul
Anyway,
Gilmartin.
that's exactly right. He was just there watching. He wasn't. And like, she just talked to him for a minute. She said
He was
he was a
just
nice guy.
watching. I'm just browsing.
Yeah.
Just browsing.
But I don't know how we got. How did we get to that? Oh, Tim
CBS Summer Playhouse.
Tim Reed.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the late Daphne Reed, I think.
Sure.
And Daphne Reed actually became the second mom on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, okay.
So the last 2-3 seasons, she was the
It's always good to have a couple moms.
the light skin mom.
Jacquet. Like
227.
Jacquet.
I thought hurricane season was over.
I've been seeing a lot of Jacquet pop up in media after the Workaholics guys talked about it.
Really?
Yeah.
She was 227.
They're influencers.
They really are.
And she was also on that Mari TN Tamara Mari show. She was the mom on there.
Sister.
She was the mom on that, right?
Yes, she was. That's how I came to know her.
I saw that porn.
Came to know
Sister.
her.
That was good
Not
porn.
bad. Not bad at all.
POV.
Yeah. She was on Celebrity Family Feud recently and she was on Paul Rubin's team.
That's like Diet Vanilla Coke. It's like two things removed from the thing that you want.
Paul Rubin's? Pee-wee?
She was with Pee Wee?
Is that she was on Pee-wee's team.
Weird.
And then
Why did Pee Wee
I don't know. I don't know. He's
He's like, you know who I need? Fucking Jack A.
Jack A. And then the other guy that was playing the head of the team was David Arquette, and he picked a couple wrestlers.
Okay, for sure.
Jungle Boy
Oh, okay.
was on there. Jungle Boy,
That's
which
Luke
is
Perry's son?
Luke Perry's
Yep.
son.
Yeah.
And he had a couple other like indie wrestler guys.
What
But
a
he's
weird fucking show that would be.
That'd be cool.
There were other
Pee Wee
people.
Herman,
There were other
Jack
people in there.
A., David Arquette, and Luke
Jungle
Perry's
Boy.
son. What a fucking weird... Whatever that show would be, in any format, if those people are, that's
Celebrity
weird.
Family Feud.
Oh,
yeah.
and speaking of, the guy who played Jambi, the genie on Pee Wee
R.I.P.
Herman, recently passed away.
Did you guys mention him recently?
No. No, but is there any celebrities you want to kill? We'll mention them right now.
Yeah.
Kevin. As our guest, you get one free celebrity death.
Paul Rubens.
Paul Rubens.
Sorry, man.
Pee Wee Herman
you
himself.
jacked off in too many theaters.
Sorry, Paul. You gotta go.
Gotta go.
They're gonna clip that skin on your back so much. You remember that? Do you remember the pictures?
Oh, yeah.
Paul Rust wrote a movie called Pee Wee's Big Holiday, and then during the filming of that, there's pictures of Paul Rubens trying to look like
Younger.
1985 Pee Wee Herman.
no.
So there's literally pictures of Paul Rubens clipping his skin behind his neck to give him a
Make
more
him-
youthful look.
Yeah.
It's the most disgusting and saddest thing I've ever seen, but I love Paul Rubens. I'm sorry you have to die being mentioned on the show.
Yeah. Sorry.
I really wish if somebody will go back and listen to all the episodes, I would like to have a wall of death.
We got a high death rate.
You got
We do.
It's pretty. You got
Yeah.
room right there.
Yeah, we got a bare wall.
Yeah.
Surely we could put
Got room right there.
Yeah, put the deceased on there.
Well, and then we have a lot of room for the wall of fame too. But I want to
Sure.
get I want to get those
Get
dead
the-
people on there.
let's get them all in here.
It's where you celebrate the death.
Celebrate
Nope.
the life.
Commemorate
Rick.
the death by celebrating.
That was a
That
fun
reminds me of an old show.
That was a
you
fun
guys did
show.
there,
Yeah,
right?
That was a fun.
What was
show.
the name of that segment?
John Cena's back.
I know. I saw that. How stupid is that? Roman Reigns would kill him.
He has, and will again.
Yeah.
What's the name of that segment? Birthday Death Day?
Birthday Death Day.
Yeah.
Birthday Death Day. That was the one that song's called Birthday Death Day.
Yep.
Do you ever listen to the words of this? Actually, hold on. That's from a show called Metalocalypse, and they have a birthday death day for a guy.
Brendan Small.
Yeah, Brendan Small.
Very talented individual.
Friend of the show.
Is he a friend of the show? I hope so. I'd love to have him on.
It's a friend of mine.
That is a wrestling podcast that me and Kevin used to do, and when famous wrestlers died, we would celebrate their death.
Commemorate
Commemorate
their death by celebrating their life. That's what I'd say. Heel versus Face is the name of the podcast that you can go ahead. It's still very much available to be listened to.
They were fun.
What, 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, they were fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna want to mute my mic. I'm gonna laugh too.
This is a Brendan Small joint. Sing it.
On the apple tree.
He's a Victor, right?
And they haven't been on in a long time. I miss them.
Victor and Tiny. So good to me. You are red and brown. I hope nobody chop you down. My favorite part's coming up. I hope nobody. Here it is, my favorite part. I'm sitting under an apple tree. I wasted away the day. Living in an apple world, and I'm an apple kind of day. More apples. My apple wish that you would stay. So many apples that we can eat, and if you want one, come on, guys. More apples.
That's good.
For Tiny.
Red brown. Hope nobody chop you down. More apples.
You know, I ironically I tried to play this song one night right before me and Molly had sex.
Yeah.
And she
Didn't go for it.
It ruined the mood.
Didn't go for it. So that is a extremely long walk to get there in a podcast. That's
Please explain what you mean.
So that was in improv. That was like extremely long form improv because he had that song written, and during that whole episode, he was like explaining things, blah 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 blah.
To get to it, yeah.
To get to,
I think it was a couple episodes that they were on.
Oh my god!
Because they've been on before.
Yes, we're homeless and we live under an apple tree in Willie Mapleton's yard.
Well,
that was like at the very end of the episode. He played that.
Do you remember who the guest was? The big celebrity guest. First,
was it
Zach
John Hamm?
Galifianakis?
No. One. It's the only time he's ever been on. Fucking Paul Reiser. It was Paul Reiser was on that.
So the storyline between those two is the guy had stage fright. It would have narcolepsy.
He would faint.
And he would faint while he sung.
Yeah. So, but when they recorded it, they would edit out the fainting, and so he just sang a whole song. But
I wish they bring him back on a little bit.
It's really funny because obviously eating the apple during the song is very funny.
Oh my god!
But and that song came out, I will say, conservatively 6 years ago. We'll say 6 years ago.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I've been out of high school for 20 years. When I was in high school, there was a talent show where one of the guys who was a musician, he came out and he played a lot of Metallica opens with like classical kind of guitar sounds, right? Uh-huh. A kid that I knew was up there playing a Metallica song, and one of my good buddies sat right next to him in a chair, just eating an apple the whole time.
Really? Wow.
And that was his only thing. He just sat there and ate an apple while this guy played, and it reminded me so much of that.
Oh, that's cool.
It fucking blew my mind, and to hear this is
makes it even more funny. It doubles the funny.
It really does add to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Say doubles the funny.
It doubles the funny.
Thank you.
Thank you for. Thank you for that.
I think you need to. Do you need to turn it up?
I need to say that a summary of the pilot. Big city newspaper editor decides to return home to the town where he grew up.
F.
That's Oh, that's a
Wow, that's
No,
harsh.
I feel like that's an
Did you need an explanation? I'll give it to you after you give yours, but it's an F.
yeah,
I think
Kevin,
it's
you want
an
to
A. I
grade?
think that's an A.
That I don't think we've ever had two people with such a wider spectrum here of grades.
That's what it is.
Blake, please tell me.
Tell me how that's not what it is.
There's no mention of the sun. There's no, not the sun up. Yeah, his son,
like the
S-O-N.
sun and the moon.
No, his son. There's no mention of family.
Jupiter.
There's no mention of
Jupiter ascending,
his son's inability to do anything without being scared.
waxing, waning, moon.
Waxing gibbous.
Waxing vagina. That's an F. I'm
that-
giving it an F.
It's an F. Okay.
F this. F this summary.
Waxing gibbous.
F this summary. I'll tell you what else.
It's one of those little monkeys, right? A waxing gibbous.
A waxing gibbous.
He's got those little furry tails.
And he has a big long beard and plays guitar in ZZ Top.
Is he on the left or the right?
To get one more second than I thought it would be.
Is he on the left or the right?
He's on the right, and he goes.
It's funny because the only monkey in ZZ Top that didn't have a beard was Namebeard.
Right.
That's true.
He liked drugs.
They liked him.
He loved them. He likes drugs more than I like booze. Ladies and gentlemen, what's interesting facts? This is a story. This is the part of the show.
This is the story of a girl.
This is the story of a guy named Jason who scoured the internet.
Real quick before, can we close interesting facts for just 1 second?
Ooh,
Can I just
close
tell a
it
quick-
before it starts?
Very quick, very quick story.
It's pretty
said
out of
this
the
is-
ordinary that we close before
Yeah,
it starts. But go ahead, Kevin.
You said this is, and then I said a story of a girl. A groom for a wedding that I was DJing said, "Hey, I request this almost at every wedding that I go to during the dancing portion. It's not traditionally a dancing song. Everybody was on the dance floor, by the way." And he said, "I want to hear the song Accidentally, Story of a Girl. And I want to hear that song at my wedding." I said, "You make the rules." Of course. Yeah. I put it on. It was the most danced to song the entire
Nice.
night. And the best
the
part,
groom mentioned that?
the groom said, "I want you to play this song," and I said, "Yeah, you're paying me.
You're paying the check.
So I play what you want." I played it. I never realized how good. The last chorus, there's an eighth note rest. So there's a part where he goes, Jason, you'll know what I'm talking about. He says, "This is the story of a girl."
Yes. I know that part, yeah.
It's the best thing in music, I think.
Well, I would disagree with that, but I do remember it.
I think the best thing in music is an eighth note rest.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant specifically this song doing an eighth
No.
note.
No,
Okay.
I think that an eighth note rest is the best thing in music. And the other example that I texted my friend the other day was...
So who's the band? It's not Stroke 9, is it? That was like Little
No.
Black Backpack.
I don't even know. The other example is an Accidentally in Love by Counting Crows.
Okay.
At the very end, when he says, what does he say? Accidentally in Love. How does that song go? Accidentally in Love.
I was doing something
We'll have to
else.
watch Shrek to figure it out.
Get this fucking song out of here. That's what's killing me. Is I can't think of another song when there's another
Because
song.
this
playing.
song playing?
Yeah. This is the story of a girl. Yeah, Accidentally in Love. Same
9
thing
days.
happens. 9 days.
Can you this band that song probably came out like in 98, 99?
Sure.
Can you imagine how much ass those guys were pulling for that song?
As much as Mark McGrath was. Boy. Which is a lot of ass.
Speaking of ass, how about we get on those interesting facts?
Let's hear it.
Open it back up.
Oh, open it up. Start the...
It's the timekeeper telling you it's time for interesting facts. You know what I've noticed? I have to say, it's the timekeeper to get it right.
Yes, you do. You do.
It's the timekeeper.
You have not done the timekeeper without starting with it's the...
but you have to, for me to get it right.
He does announce himself
does.
pretty frequently.
Yes, he does.
Maxwell, timekeeper.
Maxwell, timekeeper.
Start the clock.
Go ahead, do it.
Interesting facts?
Nope. Oh, I thought you were.
Interesting
That was a new
facts.
no-no.
No, interesting facts. Released August 9th,
Put that on the
1988.
board.
We got to put that on the board, you're right. Starred Richard Gilliland as Hank, who just died this year in March.
Really?
The main guy, Hank.
He was young, right?
I think he was in his late 60s, early 70s. He just died, though, this year.
Oh, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
You may know him from Airplane 2 and or Designing Women. Fact.
He's been on some pilots that we've watched.
Maybe
Yes.
so. I don't
yeah.
know for sure. Also stars Eric Egan as Max. He doesn't work as an actor much anymore, but you may recognize him from Boy Meets World, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and X-Files. Fact. Just little bit parts.
Okay. Can I have that last beer in the
Fact.
fridge? You guys
Yeah.
mind?
Please.
That better not be the last. There's a lot of beers in there, right?
No, it's the last beer.
Really? That's the last? We've
You-
plowed
you've
through
got-
12?
You've got one that's unopened over there, though.
Go ahead. Also stars Ken Jenkins as Officer Dwayne Pugh. You may know him from A Series of Unfortunate Events, Cougar Town, and Scrubs.
Scrubs.
Yep.
Oh, the cop.
He was
right?
the no.
Cop?
Yeah, the cop was he was the head doctor, right?
Yep, that's right.
Hell yeah.
I think in the last season or two he had retired, but just kind of like hanging around. So.
You know how I know that?
I don't.
It's because my stepson watches Scrubs. This is his third time
Oh,
going
yeah,
through
he
it.
watched it a million
he loves
times,
it.
hasn't he?
It's his
Yeah.
third time through the series.
I don't care for it.
It's a good show.
Actor Steven Dorff's father, Steve Dorff, created the score for the show.
Dorf on golf?
Dorff on Bay. He was
Dorf on Bay. Can you imagine that one?
He was a notable musician. End of
Chin's right above her pussy.
End of interesting facts.
Good job. I'm not a big fan of this. I'm not a big fan of
You
this.
like that?
No, I'm not a big fan of that.
It just bothers you audibly?
Well, it's because I'm trying to get it to where you can hear that, but also hear you. So I turn it up, and then you're too loud. I have to get you an extra mic just for your handheld.
It's right there. No, won't go for it. Why not just get another plug? You have one right there.
Because
You have one
I
right
don't have a
there.
dongle for it. He's got to have a dongle.
Yeah, I've got 10. Stop the clock.
All right, that's it. We're stopping the clock.
Jesus. I just love saying start the clock.
2 weeks in a row, no interviews, no Twitter responses. Then that's fine. We don't
fine.
always
We don't-
have to have
yeah.
that, but we'll put 10 minutes
You were
on
killing
the
it
clock.
for a long time.
Yeah, you were on a very hot streak.
I was on a tear.
On a proverbial tear.
You were like Tony Gwynn going against the Atlanta Braves pitchers.
You were like Tony Hawk
doing
dropping into that.
a 920, right? 960.
I was like
960.
Tony Baloney.
Tony Bonilla. Bobby Bonilla.
Let's go ahead and put 10 minutes on the clock, and we shall
Let's do it.
discuss in its entirety the plot, point by point, bit by bit. Whattley by the Bay. Blake, would you like to start us off?
Yeah, I got no intro music. I noticed that right off the bat. And then there's a guy yelling Mona. And if I had $1 for every time I yelled Mona, I'd be rich.
Because you like that salad dressing.
This is what. That's it. Yeah.
My
So then we
parents
see.
make me buy them for
Oh yeah, for sure.
bottles
Love
every
that
time I go to
Mona.
them.
Then we are introduced to Max, and he is a little short blonde kid with humongous glasses.
Harry
that
Potter
probably had a learning disability.
He's got those perfectly round glasses, complete circle glasses.
He's like if John Lennon had his glasses on at 3 years old, that's what they would look like.
Those are like my house glasses that I wear inside my house.
You're right. Harry Potter did have completely round glasses too, right? Yeah, you're right.
I have house glasses. You know
There's
this.
some glasses in this house. There's some glasses in this house, and they're round. All right. Anyway, so his dad is frantically in his office. This is Hank. He's trying to get ready. They're gonna go. He's got a beeper.
They're
Can't
in
find
New
my
York
beeper.
City.
New York City.
The kid is immediately showing his card, just like, we're in your office. We're high up in a
I'm not coming next to the
I'm
window.
not going to your window. I'm
This
scared.
is Eric Clapton's son. Was his first acting gig right here.
That's right.
I noted
I
right
actually
then.
wrote Eric Clapton's son, but just so you know.
I noted right then when the son said, "Oh, I can't go over there," and his dad's like, "It's fine. It's a window. You're not gonna
17
fall out."
stories up.
I noted right then and there, the bit is going to be that the kid is a pussy.
Okay, you nailed it then.
I literally wrote, what did I say? Opening scene in Hank's office with son who is afraid of heights. I can already tell this will be a reoccurring bit with the kid because of how bad he is acting.
Yep.
So you didn't write pussy then?
I didn't say pussy.
The man again is Hank.
I'm sorry, I lied. Okay?
We don't lie on this podcast.
Fuck!
Negative 2 points for Kevin.
Fuck!
Can't take you anywhere.
God damn it!
How many times have you lied on this show?
All the time!
What is your name?
It's Levon.
She used to be an
Levon or Levon?
Levon.
Oh, Levon. All right. Anyway,
She used to be an actress.
so
Still had that.
they're going on a plane. They're going on a plane because they're taking a trip. We don't know this.
Yeah.
They're just going through the airport. They're frantically, and the kid's scared, and the dad's like, "You're gonna be fucking fine. Calm down."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, well, you'll be fine because we're doing first class. So like he's like, his dad's like, "I got money. You'll be fine." Because
nuts.
by the way, if a plane goes down, guess who goes and blows up first? First class. Anyway, so then we see a dog on the dock, and then the music begins.
Yeah, the dog on the dock is a slow panning
and this
shot.
is where I start crying.
No, this is where Steph and I started cracking up because of how bad it was.
Should we call Steph?
Oh, boy.
Start the clock. No.
Maybe we should get her ready for this.
Real quick, just going to ask, are you awake?
Yeah.
Do a no.
Should probably call her and find out why she didn't want to be here and what her rating is for this. But yeah, there's a beautiful shot of the waterfront, a dog sitting in front of it. There's a lot of slow, smooth sax. It's an intro with.
Is there a reason why you picked like 3 pilots that had dogs in them right after my dog died?
I just wanted to rub it in. I want to make you feel bad about your dog dying.
I just wanted to rub it.
Just rub it.
We had him on with Dustin recently, you know.
Yeah.
And I think Blake was crying on that episode. I kept talking about how he destroyed the animal, and I think he started crying.
You love to push it.
No,
I mean,
no.
He's
an
funny,
asshole.
though.
No.
He's done. He's out of here.
No,
he's out of here.
I think the joke was that when him and Molly got married, she had a Great Dane.
Yes, exactly.
And I kept joking about how they had to destroy the animal, which wasn't true. I think it gave up for adoption, but I love to say destroy the animal because it's so harsh and horrible. Is she awake?
She's awake.
Okay, when she comes back in, we should get her thoughts on this.
Okay. Yeah.
If that's okay with you. I don't want to make things shitty for you at home.
No. They won't be. She'll just get mad that we're not done yet, but it doesn't matter. I mean,
Is she mad?
No, she won't be mad.
I don't want to piss this lady off.
She will not be mad.
She's angry.
There's no way that she will be mad.
Very angry.
There's no way she will be mad. She will just be upset for no reason, even though I'm gonna get home after she's in bed anyways. She knows that was the case.
You're gonna get me in trouble.
No, Jason. She wants to talk to you.
I don't want it.
She wants to talk to you. She would be glad to talk to you and Blake.
I don't know about Blake.
Well, I do know about Blake. She likes talking to Blake.
The dog is prominently featured. I think kind of like off and on throughout this pilot, but there's nothing.
Flashes of the dog's face a ton, right?
They're at a small diner. And apparently, it's also like the what's that?
Call her. Call my wife.
Oh, right now, call her.
You better call her.
You better call Saul, Steph.
Right, call her right now.
I just texted her. I said, "Are you awake?" She said, "Yes."
She said, "Yes, barely, asshole. Don't come home."
Yeah.
All right, we'll call her.
Yeah.
She's gonna hate it.
Oh, let me turn your mic up because
Thanks.
of your phone bullshit.
Hello.
Hey, Steph, what are you doing?
I'm watching the Olympics.
Kevin said that you're gonna get mad if we called you.
Oh, I'm not mad.
Kevin also said that he tried to get you to come here, but you didn't want to come over.
Well, I'm busy these days.
It's Blake. Blake has his headphones off right now. It's Blake, right? You don't want to come here because of Blake?
Yeah, that's it.
Are you the only person watching the Olympics?
No,
I don't think so.
I love the
A couple
Olympics.
people at work were talking about it today.
Are you back at work?
I am.
Are you in Knoxville there?
No. There's another building that I'm at.
What events are happening?
Prospect.
Oh,
Why
Prospect.
is she wheezing?
Swimming.
Probably the.
It sounds like
baby.
she's wheezing.
Is Michael Phelps there as a coach?
Smoking a doobie.
No, he's not.
I see. I saw a clip the other day of an Australian coach going nuts when his guy won gold. Did you see that?
I think it was his son.
Yes. Yeah, Kevin and I saw that.
We watched it live. Yeah.
He's pretty tame today.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You saw this pilot. We're talking about Whattley by the Bay. You saw this pilot, correct?
I did.
What do you think?
I wasn't impressed by it. Yeah, I thought it was really strange.
We need a number.
Oh, my number.
She gave it to
Kevin
me.
was 3.
Is it better than the Olympics?
No. Mm-mm.
Do you think Whattley by the Bay would get a bronze?
No, I don't think so.
I've been thinking about like starting to tan a lot more so I can get a bronze bod. What do you think about that?
That is not a bad idea.
I was going to shave my head and go and I'm not trying to make things sexual or weird or anything, but I was going to get completely naked, get in the tanning bed and just get a total bronze bod, no tan lines.
Well, okay. I mean, they say no tan is a safe tan, but
You only live. I always say YOLO though. You ever hear that? YOLO?
Yeah. I mean, it does look better. So, I mean,
Do you ever say YOLO about anything?
I don't know.
Probably when you're drinking like a Mexican Coke or something. You're like, this shit's full of sugar. YOLO.
True. Very true.
You want to stay tonight? No. If you don't,
Kevin said you're gonna get mad at him for being home late. Is that true?
Yes.
I mean, normally, yeah, that would be true.
but since he's hanging out with us, it's okay.
He's with us. We're nerds though.
It's more like the length of time that he's gone rather than being home late.
High five that shit.
I'm sorry. He stayed for 2 episodes. We don't get to see him much. I'm sorry we're taking him away from you.
That's okay. It's just more.
Steph, do you realize? Steph,
bedtime is the craziest time.
Steph, I just want you to know, Steph, that I have really tried to push these episodes to get going.
He has. He's not lying. He's not lying.
And not because of you or your husband, just because of me. I've been trying to get her done.
I get that.
Yeah.
Please don't be mad at him. Take all your anger out on Blake. He likes it.
Say something mean. I love it.
Enjoy watching the Olympics. Thank you for your rating on Whattley by the Bay.
Yeah, no problem.
Go Canada.
All right, we'll see you later.
Okay,
love you.
All right. I love you. Bye.
She's a nice lady.
She's very. I could tell she's very angry.
Well, you know, to be
Not
honest,
very angry.
no. To be honest with
very
you, the last time they were over,
Yeah.
there were some tense situations for them. Like, you know, if I've known them, there was some tense situations. I was like, this is my in.
This is your in?
I was gonna say we've had more tense situations than
Not in front of us. Not in front of us, but
You guys gonna do like a wife swap thing? Who gets Eli? That's what I want to know.
I'd take Eli in a second.
oh, fuck, you won't. After you smell his feet, you won't. Anyway,
Won't have to.
Let's go.
Won't have to.
Okay, so like there's a small diner. That's kind of the central point of.
Yeah.
Is it a
of
diner?
the
It's like the general store.
It's
Diner?
wings.
Yeah, I wrote that down.
I thought that you were going to say it just then. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that because I seriously, again, just like last week, the visual quality of this is so bad that I genuinely thought the woman running the diner counter may have been Crystal Bernard, who is Helen
Fayette.
Chapel. No, not Fayette. But this place, whatever this place is, seems to be a diner, a pizzeria, a post office, a general store.
Yeah,
all these things, and it's
that
tough
was a
to
brilliant
hear.
Call.
It's tough to hear, but there's a very old woman there stamping the shit out of packages.
And mad. She's mad.
Effie.
I very strongly believe she says the word retards.
Oh, 3 times.
What do you mean? You strongly believe it? She says it very clearly.
The first time she says it, it's like she's walking towards the camera.
They're saying, "Hey, they retired a fire truck because of blah 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 blah." She looks. She goes, "Retards."
The woman. I don't know that we've ever had a pilot where someone yells the word retards.
Yep. My notes about 12 lines down says, "Old lady says retards twice already."
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, and they're just kind of what's his name shows up. Hank shows up
with his son Max.
And the lady who
and I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So on Wings.
Yeah.
Antonio Scarpacci is the taxi driver.
Right.
Yep.
He is the Italian guy.
Yeah, I think he's Italian. That's what they.
On this one, we have the cook is an Asian guy.
Yeah, the Asian guy.
This is
Wings.
Wings on a Bay.
I didn't even-
Wings on a
You
Bay.
didn't even think about that?
I didn't think about wings.
Wow. Yeah,
Except for the Crystal Bernard connection. I didn't say the rest of this seems like wings to me.
Yeah, it's very a wingsy
It's very wingsy.
feeling setting.
But this predates Wings by like 2-3 years.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's definitely a small town on the bay. And again, Whattley is the name of the town.
Yep.
And the Asian guy, is he Asian or is he Hawaiian? Because he says
He's Asian.
Okay.
For
He's
sure,
Asian,
for sure
But he's
Asian.
making Hawaiian food that one time.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Hank and Max enter the general store where his
It's
mother.
obvious. Look at his eyes.
Yeah.
Thank you. His mother greets him there, who works at the store.
So she just works in. I
She
was
owns
confused.
the place, right?
Yeah, I was confused what her role was in the.
Cashier for the general store
I
part?
think she owns it. I think she owns that.
I think she
whole-
owns the whole thing with the restaurant, with,
Maybe.
the,
The
dog.
with the post office, and she was the
Maybe
dog
so.
owner. Yeah.
True
so-
story.
But then he comes in, she goes, Hank. She gives him a big hug. I thought that initially, with the reaction she had to him, it was as if she hadn't seen somebody who has been in this town for a while. Did not immediately go to, that's his mom.
I agree.
For
Yeah, I
some
agree.
reason.
No, you couldn't tell.
And then,
It could have
and
been
then
his grandmother or
yeah,
just a
and then
family
she
friend.
goes up to the kid and she's like, "Oh, I haven't seen you since you were this tall," and still, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I agree. I
Until
totally agree.
like the next scene or something, and he's like, "Well, ever since Dad, I don't know." They
When they're
said
upstairs doing the bed.
They said, "Oh, Mom." He said, "Oh, Mom," and I'm like, "That's just fucking Mom." What?
The
what
lady
is it?
that I
It's just
thought.
it was a weird.
Everything is going so fast in this
Yeah.
episode that you can't catch up.
That's a good point.
They
That's a really good
unlike
point.
last week. They had a quick.
It was quick. It was quick, but you don't need time to breathe in
settled it.
that situation.
This one, you had time to breathe, and no.
Yeah.
The lady running the counter, who I thought earlier may have been Crystal Bernard. It's a lady named Annie, and she's about the same age as Hank, so she could be like I'm sure she would be
Yeah.
a romantic interest of him going down the line.
Could not tell from the quality, but she could have been a babe. Don't know.
The local cop was there, and he's like, "Hey, I would have been your Hank. Welcome back to town. I would have been your football coach if you had made the football team."
Yeah.
And then
As-
Max, he's kind of an asshole. Max is again the son. He's a hypochondriac. He thinks he's got every disease. He's scared of everything that he comes in contact with.
Yeah.
And the old lady thinks he's retarded. This is the
I
second
don't
time
know.
she says.
I think he might be retarded.
Yeah, this
no,
is the
for
second
sure.
time.
Says it. Yeah.
Max is then promptly pulled out of the general store by some other little girl.
Yeah, some little girl. Hey, do you want to
Just-
get scared?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's kind of the
It's
thing
that
when you're a
quick.
kid, though, right?
Don't ever go with a girl that says, "You want to get scared?"
I would have.
was-
Well, but he's so scared. I wouldn't think he would.
Right.
No doubt, but he was almost forced out of it.
Yeah.
And then Hank, his mom, they kind of get settled in.
He just
And-
make a bed for 10 full minutes.
yeah, for nobody. I don't know. But they're getting settled in apparently at Mom's house. And I don't know if Mom's house is like
It's
upstairs.
Oh,
She
for
said-
sure. Yeah.
She said upstairs, I think. Yeah.
And Hank's like, we're staying here for 3 days. And his mom is really kind of a massive cunt.
Well, I think it's very passive aggressive mom stuff.
But that's cunty.
Well-
To be so shitty like that and really give her son so much garbage. He seems like he's a successful guy.
Right, but she misses him.
Yeah.
and she's laying a guilt trip on him for not coming out.
Well, I want
because
to.
she says she hasn't seen him in like 3 years.
Yeah. So I want to take this second to say he took a plane with his son. How long was that plane ride? Okay. And then they get on a ferry immediately.
Right.
How long is that ferry ride? It's a huge to-do. They're staying there for 3 fucking days. What's the point?
It's
even?
tough to get to that place.
Yeah, it's tough to get to that place. And so the mom's like being a bitch about him not going to. Yeah, it's a whole fucking thing. And I can only stay here for 3 days. You might as well just like be nice to me the whole time I'm
No
here.
doubt.
You
I
know?
wrote normal
Nuts.
mom, passive aggressive.
Yeah.
That's
Very
my
weird.
mom.
Yeah.
Well, Hank apparently, is he married or does he have like a girlfriend? Her name's
No,
Veronica and she's in Russia.
Yeah.
I
She's
think,
an actress.
I
or
think
something?
it's his wife.
It's his wife.
Okay.
His wife.
And she's over there like auditioning for a job or something for a role as a something.
She's a model, I think. That would make sense, right?
I guess so. The little girl who took Max, she says, I'm going to take you to something scary. And she kind of hypes up what it is. It turns out to be a bunch of crabs when she turns out. Because this is a seaside town. They're on a bay. There's a lot of fishermen locally. And it looks like there's... they snuck aboard someone's fishing boat.
This is the real fucked up part that I didn't like really pay close attention to. What happens here?
So she sneaks him onto a boat that she knows there's guys that catch crab.
Yeah.
And it's all dark, and here's the...
Yeah, she thought she'd try to scare him with it.
Right, she tried to scare him, and then...
and he gets scared.
The two guys that own the boat know that they're down there.
They saw someone go in there.
They know that, so they're just doing a bit to, with a gun.
And they have a
scare-
gun,
to scare-
right?
It's like a
scare the kids.
shotgun or
Yeah,
a
he has
rifle
like
or
a
something.
long
Yeah.
rifle in his hand. He's like, I'm gonna get these kids and I'm gonna shoot them.
And it seems to me like they scare the kids off, and it
Yeah.
seems to me like we're doing some world building here of people that habitate this small community,
Sure.
and these guys, these dumb kind of local fishermen hicks, would be kind of a constant comic relief.
Yeah. I thought it was weird. I don't know. I wasn't fully paying attention to that part.
It was pushed.
Yeah.
Row, row, row your boat.
Yeah.
Gently down
Hear a lot
the
of that.
stream.
Everyone's at dinner
Merrily, merrily,
singing this
merrily,
song.
merrily, life
Oh
is
my-
but a dream.
And they're singing it very
Row,
loud and
row,
obnoxious
row
in
your
rounds.
boat Gently down the stream.
And it's I don't know why they're doing it.
Merrily,
It's not funny, but it is
merrily,
very
merrily,
obnoxious.
Merrily, life is but a dream.
Your boat gently down the stream.
Your boat
Merrily,
gently down the
merrily,
stream.
merrily,
Merrily,
down
merrily,
the
merrily,
stream.
merrily, life
Merrily,
is but
merrily.
a dream. And why are they singing this?
They're at the dinner table. I guess when you're at the bay,
Hey,
you
baby.
you have to sing it. It made no sense.
And Hank's a successful guy, so
He's on the phone. He's like trying to talk to somebody, and these
Yeah.
fucking people are singing.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't pick up the pilot for this exact moment alone. Let's just say
For the
that.
row boat.
Yeah. What the fuck is going on?
I think they
if
lost-
I'm somebody who's making decisions about if the show is, you go, okay, I could stand it until this point. Why the fuck are they singing
if you're
row,
gonna,
row,
if you're
row
gonna say
your
the
boat?
word retard or retard so much,
Yeah.
this is the scene to say it.
No,
Yes.
here's the thing.
Exactly.
This is why.
What are these retards doing?
I will tell you why they are singing "Row, row, row your boat." They're singing "Row, row, row your boat" because he's on the phone. They have to get him out to the payphone so he can fall and have the cane. It's all a setup.
Well,
Yeah,
he does go out. Obviously, that's not the intent of the
writing
character.
wise,
it is.
The characters wanted him to get injured on the dock.
No, I'm just saying that the writers.
The writers are different from the
because
characters.
Toward the end of this, spoiler alert, the kid's up in the lighthouse and he gets scared and won't come down. His dad falls because he's on a cane. This is all a very fucking long setup for a
but
really
it's
shitty
written
thing.
out. It's not the plan of the townspeople. It's
No,
it's
no,
of the
no,
writers
no,
making
yeah,
the
right.
show.
Very much like the Apple Tree song.
Not pretty much exactly like that. So yeah, he goes outside to use the payphone. He falls in the water. He gets hurt. The Asian guy the next day or whatever comes in with Max. They were playing golf. Then they head out for a walk. Hank and his son. And Hank is injured from the fall into the water. He's walking around with a cane, and they come across the bench, and he's like, "This is a legendary bench." And I used to sit here as a child, and a local fisherman would regale us with stories of the sea. And so Max then hears from his father some of this local lore that he heard from this legendary fisherman, and then. I think this is probably the first, and maybe you count the time when the little girl steals Max away to be scared, and no adult reacts to that whatsoever.
Yeah.
But this is the next time where Max is just left alone on a bench.
Fully.
Because the cop comes to pick dad up because he has an important phone call, and the dad's like, my hypochondriac kid, you just go ahead.
He's not like, "Hey Max, I'm gonna go somewhere. You should come with me." He's like, "I'm gonna go somewhere. Why don't you stay right here?
Yeah.
I'll meet up with you eventually."
Right.
Who knows?
Very weird.
Very bizarre. He then leaves his boy on the bench while
How
the police
bizarre?
gives him a ride. 1 million,
Million
clowns.
clowns.
That's right. High five that shit. Max's grandmother then happens to come across him, and she talks to him about his fears.
Yeah. Oh.
I got a
so
little-
weird.
I got a little teary-eyed on this one, too.
Like, is this town have 10, 15 people? It looks much bigger than that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But she's talking about, his fears. And she said, I had an incident one time, and my mantra basically is, if you love the dog, you will jump.
Yeah.
That was very sentimental. I had a hard time with, and I think I
I
wrote,
gave my
wrote, "Fuck
dog
you,
away."
Jason. I wrote "fuck you, Jason" on my notes
sure. Just instinctively.
because of another dog.
Right.
So
I gave my dog away willingly. I don't have any attachment to that.
yeah.
Hey, fuck. Oh, it's great. I can confidently say I've not missed my dog for a second.
Did you say or think "fuck Jason" when you get rid of Gus?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, I did.
Interesting. A lot of
I have not missed my dog for 1 hour, 1 second of any day.
Then you do the right thing.
But you got
yeah, exactly. I did the right thing.
Steph,
and you know what? Steph is a dog lover, self-proclaimed.
Well, but
she doesn't care either.
She's a mother of two
like,
young people.
surely you miss picking up shit.
Yeah.
Surely you miss putting a plastic bag over your hand and then grabbing animal shit.
You know, I don't miss the chore that it was because I do enjoy like having chores. Like I enjoy like cleaning
the feeling
stuff.
of being productive.
I do enjoy that, and I do miss that extra task. But there's so many more with the baby, so I don't miss him. Whatever. I get to see him though, so that's the thing. Hey, if he was gone forever, it might be a different story.
No, you gave him to a family member. When you go visit that
saw
family
him this past weekend.
Yeah, but when you go see him, does he like give you the fingers? Like, I know you. I know you gave.
I saw him and he like
fuck you
me.
and fuck Jason.
Well, that's the thing is he licked me for a little bit and then he was just like, you're just another guy.
Yeah, fuck you. You don't feed me now.
He was just like, you're just another guy. And I was like, cool, good. I don't care about you that much. You got a bunch of gray hair now. That's kind of depressing.
Come on, go.
No, we're gonna draw this out. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to dogs.
I'm kind of depressed that he has some gray hairs. That kind of made me
to show time has
emotional.
passed.
Yeah, time has passed.
Did somebody say
time? Max's grandmother takes him to a lighthouse, and we don't see it, but apparently she leaves him there.
Leaves him there again.
Which is insane. They're just leaving this kid all over the place.
And he's scared of everything.
Hank is like, hey, it turns out I'm very important and I need to leave tonight because stuff's happening back at my job. So we got to go back to the city this evening. And he goes to the lighthouse to fetch Max. But Max is like, I don't want to go home yet. He's like, come down these stairs and leave, you son of a bitch. And the city's like, I'm scared to do it. He's like, all right.
You got up there, though. How can you go up there and then you're scared to come back down?
So my dad. My dad's afraid of heights. He can do that. Down. My dad's done that before.
Hank is injured, and he's like, you know what? You're my son, and I hate you, but I'm going to come up and get you because you're a pussy. He tries to go up, and he gets hurt, and then Max like rushes down the stairs to his dad because it's kind of taking the advice of grandma of if you're in a situation,
you love the dog,
you have to do it. You got to whatever that situation is, you got to do what's best for the people you care for.
Right.
Yep.
So that's what he did.
And that's why Jason brought me a gondola.
That's why I did it.
Yeah.
And then the next day or later that day or whatever.
No, it was later that day.
They get on the ferry that they came on.
Yeah.
And then everyone comes to say goodbye and they leave.
Yes. They leave this place that they're supposed to. Thank you. It's so insane.
Please remain seated as we are now.
Wait till you tell me, ask me my turbulence.
We'll start with you there. This is the part of the show where we find out, hey, what do we think is wrong with this pilot? You're raring to go, Captain. What do you got?
It's a 20-minute movie.
The first thing I put was stupid. Why leave on the end of the first episode? Should have stayed. Dad say no to work for once.
Or
why are you leaving?
Or the boat doesn't work. I mean,
yes,
make a reason from them.
You miss your ferry flight.
What's the point of a 20-minute movie?
Thank you.
It has a beginning and an end.
Anytime I go on IMDb and I look up one of these failed pilots,
I want to see if there's some reviews or anything like that.
I will definitely get to that.
Yeah.
On IMDb, it never says TV show 1 episode. It always says Whattley By The Bay TV movie.
Yeah.
TV movie. Yeah.
There's no such thing as a 22-minute TV movie. We know that.
Doesn't happen.
This is failed. So in my mind, I'm thinking, is this genuinely how the first episode would end, or did they film like a second ending, knowing that it had failed?
We don't know.
Because to me, it's like, what is happening in episode 2 of this?
Right.
Are every single episode they're coming to and going away from Whattley? Or Hank and Max not the focal point, and there'll be a different set of people to focus on going, what is happening in this show?
Or did they cut out an hour of stuff happening and it was supposed to be just a TV movie?
It's possible. I don't think so,
how much can you put in there? You can't put much. They did the whole thing. Like, props to them for wrapping this up in a bow. Because what are you going to do? What else are you going to do?
Max jumps down the stairs. He's scared to death. He jumps down. Dad, oh my God, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Let's go back to Grandma's house for a minute. They all gather around.
Oh,
they're
Grandma's-
they're singing some fucking awful song. They're like, you know what? I love singing fucking awful songs. I'm gonna stay in Whattley, and now the series can go forward. Why are they leaving?
Why didn't Grandma be the one that fell and was in a cane? Dad has to stay for the family business.
By the way, he fell into water and injured his
How
leg.
did he get injured in water?
You saw how far that fall was. It was about less than a foot.
Yeah, it was
And
crazy.
and he injured his leg.
And a payphone doesn't have a 45-foot cord.
And that thing, you ever pull on one of those, they come out.
Yeah.
I
He
did
was
when I was a
hanging-
youth. I'm not proud of it, but I pulled one out of there.
Hanging off a dock by a payphone cord. That's what he was hanging. And he fell into the water and got injured there. Blake, I like your idea. Grandma gets injured. Now he has to stay and help run the business.
Easy.
Or the old lady says retard to the wrong person, and the person shoots him.
Well,
happened a lot in the 80s.
Bing bong.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Happened a hell of a lot in the 80s.
Bleep bloop
please make sure
Bitcoin.
your seat backs and tray tables
Bleep
are
boop
in
Bitcoin.
local
Kevin, you own any Bitcoin?
No, I own Litecoin.
It's a good coin.
I don't know.
Not as heavy as the rest of them.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I do not look at my profile as much as Big E doesn't. I'm his custodian, by the way. You know that, right?
Like if in case he dies?
No, just of his
You
Dogecoin.
Oh, I thought you meant you like threw sawdust down if he puked. No? Is that not? That's what a custodian does, right?
No, that was a great joke, but I was laughing at a joke that I didn't say out loud.
You're laughing at your own joke that you didn't. Let's hear it, please. No?
Not allowed.
It's probably got the word retard in it.
No.
This is the only episode we can say that just because they said it so much.
Yes,
in
we
the
can say it as much as we want.
On 3, 1, 2, 3, retard.
Retard. This is the part of the show where we say other people have seen Whattley by the Bay and they've graded
Martin's
it.
Corner.
IMDb, no ratings. Critic reviews, I didn't see any ratings. Viewer reviews, you are correct. Martin Hafer
Martin's
once
Corner.
again comes through. Welcome to Martin's
Let's
Corner.
go, Martin. Let's go, Martin.
You just gotta ask him what's his like favorite. If you were to walk out, if you were a baseball player and you had a song that would play when you walked out, hey, what would that be? And then that's what you play when you
We'll have to
introduce
get a hold
Martin's
of him.
Corner.
We'll have to get a hold of him.
I can too. He's a hamster picture on Twitter.
He's a hamster picture on Twitter. That's exactly right. Viewer reviews. Martin Hafer gives us a 7 out of 10 scars. This left me wanting to see more. He talks about CBS Summer Playoffs being a dumping ground, blah, blah, blah. Let's see here. It was a show that I was surprised at as I liked it. The show was about a workaholic dad, I think it was supposed to be. There's a lot of typos we're finding out.
He just fully goes for it.
It's about a workaholic dad who's raising a scaredy cat son. They decide to visit the father's hometown, Whattley. There, the father continues to be pulled by his job, and he scarcely has any time to relax. As for the boy, he loves the place. The show ends with them returning to New York with the assumption that it had been made a series they would have sooner or later returned to Whattley to live.
Yeah.
I was surprised by this one. I've seen many pilots featured on CBS Summer Playhouse, and nearly all of them were sitcoms. Whattley by the Bay, in contrast, was more of a family slice-of-life show, and one that seemed to have promise and was enjoyable. Too bad they didn't give this one a better try. Well, thank you, Martin. Thank you for all of your diligence over the years.
Appreciate the review.
Me and Martin do not agree on a lot of stuff.
On a lot of stuff. I have found...
I love Martin.
This is from June 9th of last year, so just within the past year.
He finds the shit the same time you guys do.
Martin
Or
fucks.
Close to it. Martin fucks.
The dude fucks.
The guy fucks, okay?
All night long. All night.
All night long.
All night.
Local time is
I gotta sing that song.
and the temperature is 65.
We gotta go to basket case, by the
For your
way.
safety and
Tell me, I'll be there.
It'd be a good live podcast.
Holy shit, we gotta go to basket.
It'd be a good live podcast.
When we were putting together the idea for karaoke, the idea to take it on the road and go to live karaoke spots was always the goal. But Scott doesn't do that.
No, he doesn't do it. Just doesn't. Fully.
He's perfectly fine with where the show is.
Perfectly
and you know what?
fine with traveling less than 5 miles in his day-to-day life.
And God bless him, everyone.
I don't... Yes. Good for you.
Are you holding in a fart?
I'm holding it another joke.
Let's hear it.
Nope.
I'm not going further.
He doesn't listen to this fucking podcast. You can say whatever you want about it.
What's the joke?
He lost it already.
What's the joke?
He doesn't. He doesn't know what it is.
Not gonna do it.
Doesn't know what it is anymore.
Let's go.
Do the joke.
Let's go. I'm gonna go to bed.
He doesn't know what it is anymore.
Let's go.
Just give me dog police. Just give me dog police.
I'll give you dog police, big buddy.
What's the joke, you think?
Huh?
What's the joke?
Of what? It's about Biggie being cheap. It's fine.
Well, that's the
You're
first I've
allowed
heard of
to.
that.
You're allowed to joke about that. I joke about it to his face a lot.
Don't be such a pussy. Come on.
face.
All right. So Steph gave this what? Sorry, I'm
3.
I'm stepping on your.
No,
fucking-
go ahead. What did she give this?
She gave it a 3. I'm stepping on the. You have a whole
Do
thing.
you know the rating scale?
I do know the rating scale. It's going to go from 1 to 7, and they're all characters based on the.
Aforementioned.
I don't think it's been. Well, it was mentioned last week, and it is
It's a television show.
television show from the
1990s.
1990s, affectionately and accurately known as Wings.
That's right.
And the number 1 character is going to be Roy Biggins.
That's the worst.
The number 7 is, you already know it, Brian Hackett.
That's the best.
So I'm pretty sure that if we're going Turtles all the way down, 7 Brian Hackett, 6.
Nope. 7. Oh yeah, you're going to go down.
I'm
Okay.
going down. Yeah,
Okay.
a 6 is going to be, is it Faye Yetton?
No.
Faye Cochran?
Way too
Helen
high.
Chapel?
Yeah.
Helen Chapel.
That's
Helen
right.
Chapel's a
That's
6. 5 is
You're going all the way here.
Antonio Scarpacci.
No.
It's
You're going the other way.
Joe Hackett.
You're going from the
You're going
bottom
the
up.
I'm going from 7.
No, he's going
6,
from top to bottom.
5.
But the things you're saying are going from the bottom up.
Oh,
you're
fuck.
going from the top down, but what you're saying is
Yes.
going the other way.
Oh, that's because I'm confused. Just go ahead. Run it down.
I'm not going to do it.
'Kay.
But you're right. That is the grading scale for the most part. So I turn back to you, Kevin.
There's a 1, there's a 2, there's a 3, there's a 4, there's a 5, there's a 6, there's a 7. Can we agree about that?
That reminds me of that song by Scrolling Out Zippers.
Is that a scroll?
What is that show? Lose your face, lose your name, then be fitted for a suit of flames. You know that song?
I don't know the song.
Hell, you don't know the song "Hell" by the Scrolling Out Zippers?
I'm going to put it on my queue right now.
I'm gonna play it right now.
No, you're not going to play it right now.
Steph gave it a 3. Blake, I don't want to go first. I went first last time.
Jason, go first.
Jason, go first.
He always goes last. Jason
does always go
How
last.
do you rate What's Up by the Bay?
What's Up by the Bay? Of course, that's what it's called. I like the idea that it is a. There's no laugh track. It is kind of a lighthearted show. You ever hear this song? No? Blake hates it.
No, I probably have.
Whattley by the Bay. I give it a 4.
4. Why? Can you describe why you would give it a 4?
Is this because is it from Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice?
That's all like
Glenn Miller.
no.
In the mood.
What's
Okay, I believe you, Perry Como.
No, it's not Perry Como.
What the fuck is that? Okay, I believe you, guy.
It's not him. It's Harry Belafonte.
Harry Belafonte. Fuck.
I give it a 4 because I like that there's no laugh track.
That's higher than a 3.
I like that there's an angry old woman in it who says retards. I like that there's an Asian guy in it. The kind of and we said
You're
this
saying
recently.
a lot of positive things.
Well,
that is-
recently we said we hearkened a show kind of to like Northern Exposure. This is kind of like that. This has the ability to be kind of like a quirky small town thing. I think it's got too much heart for it. I give it a 4. It's fine. This is fine. This is
Okay.
fine. Kevin?
I'm going to handhold my wife. I'm going to go with a 3 on this. I didn't enjoy it, but I did admire the fact that they tried, and it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, and it was not even close to being a really good pilot to me. So in that case, I'm not going to go down the middle because it wasn't down the middle to me. It was bad. It was worse than good. I'll
Okay.
say that. So that's going to give me a 3. And then just the fact that they left. I mean, what is the point? It's a 20-minute movie that's not even a good movie.
I don't know what that is about. Something happened there. They either reshot it or they shot a different ending. It's very bizarre.
Had to have shot a different ending that would have aired if it had gone to a series. Yes.
Captain Philip, rest assured, we turn to you. How do you rate Whattley by the, or What's Up with the Bay?
I hated this. I get an Eric Clapton debump because the kid was so fucking scared of everything.
Yep.
I'm giving this a 1. I was
1.
I thought it was stupid. I thought the whole cane thing was unnecessary.
Is that your dog howling?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
You gotta
I
take
get
care
a
of
1.
that?
Yeah.
That's fine. Who knows what's going on with that dog up there?
Could be a coyote.
Could be a cat. Blake's got a new dog. His ass dog, as we talked about, passed away. He had to destroy the animal.
Yeah.
But it's a new Great Dane that's about 2 or 3 years old and is terrified of men. And guess who's in the house right now? Only men.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're talking a lot.
Maybe he didn't like that song I was playing by the Squirrel Nut Zippers.
What is the part that I said that reminded you of that? I said there's a 1, there's a 2, there's a 3.
They spell
there's a
something
4.
out. H and the A and the N. Oh, they spell
Hell.
damnation. D and the A and the M and the N and the A and the T and the I-O-N.
Okay.
Lose your face, lose your name, then be fitted for a suit of flames. I saw them live. Very entertaining.
I heard the only reference I have for Squirrel Nut Zippers is that one time we had a radio, and somehow, some way, we were playing radios. Me and my brother were in our house, or backyard, and I was in the house. And somehow, some kids were doing the same thing. They were on the same channel.
Yeah,
and they were down the street, and we never confirmed who it was because we didn't know anybody like on our street. We were like new kids.
you just got on a very close local frequency with someone else.
Yeah, and they were like, Squirrel Nut Zipper, Squirrel Nut Zipper. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is that?
Yeah,
I had no idea.
that's just all they were saying?
Yes, I had no idea what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a band at all. I think it was high schoolers.
I bet it was 97.
Sure
and it was like kind of when the Cherry Poppin' Daddies and Brian Setzer Orchestra and all that swing music came back.
Yeah,
and they came out and they had a couple of good songs, but that was like their only real hit. Was the song was called Hell. And
somebody was saying Squirrel Nut Zipper, and I didn't. And me and my brother both didn't. We thought it was like kind of like a ghost experience because we were like, "What the hell?" They're not saying anything else. Hey, what are you? Hey, who is this? Squirrel Nut Zipper, Squirrel Nut Zipper, and I thought it was like. And then later, a year or so later, when I was still a very young kid in elementary school, I learned about ham radios, and I'm like, it must have just been a trucker
totally.
on there.
Just some guy or some kids just being dumb and having fun with a weird name of a band.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh, is that possible though on a handheld two-way radios for somebody to
I
get in
imagine,
there?
right?
I thought after I learned more about ham radios that was not possible.
I will say that it probably wasn't a ghost.
No, it wasn't a ghost. It was kids. It was
Okay,
kids.
okay.
We learned that there were kids, but
Ghosts can be kids, though, right, or not?
That's a good question.
Can there be kid ghosts? I probably
Kids
right?
kids see ghosts.
Casper, the friendly ghost, was essentially a dead child.
You know,
right?
kids see ghosts, right?
Like The Sixth Sense.
It's an album.
You got by who?
Kanye West and
Kids See Ghosts is the name of an album.
And Kid Cudi. Yeah.
Do you have a spoiler for us this week?
Yeah, I got a spoiler for you. In the movie Parasite.
Oh yes.
Not Grammy. What the fuck? Academy Award, Oscar-winning Best Picture movie.
Yes.
Parasite from I think 2019 or 2018.
I think it's 19. You're right.
Yeah. There's a guy in the basement.
Oh, the whole time.
Yeah, and the whole time.
Absolutely.
There's a guy in the basement. Did you see it?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
so good.
We rented
So
it at one
good.
point.
So good. I own it.
I will say a spoiler for the movie The Village
Oh yeah.
takes place in modern times.
I just watched that like a couple months ago.
Yeah, Village, you see it and it's like, oh, this is in olden times. Not at all. It takes place right now. That's
Modern
the spoiler.
times. That's the spoiler. Signs. What's the signs spoiler?
Aliens, water. They don't like water.
They don't like water.
You can kill the aliens with water.
But there are aliens in it. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's aliens.
Oh, yeah, there's aliens in there.
They like walk.
That's the freakiest shit you ever seen, right? Like, I remember being genuinely scared by, like, holy God. Because it's like an alien walks through a kid's birthday party.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be, like, not scary. I remember they were like, oh, no, you can watch it if you're a kid. Or it just could have been my mom. My mom was like, yeah, we can watch this. It's got Mel Gibson in it.
Your mom.
He's not a bad guy.
Here's Passion of the Christ. You guys like it? He's a great guy.
Mel Gibson. He's a great guy. that was pre bad guy. Little did we know he was a bad guy all along.
Pre-hot tub phone calls. Yeah. What happened with your dog?
He's good.
He's
fine.
Yeah, this is his playtime, I guess. And
he's like a cat.
I took him outside, and he just fucking was just going everywhere.
He's a cat.
He's ready to play. So
your dog is insane.
Yeah,
you'll get him under control.
Did you? You said it was a 1. You gave it a 1.
Yeah.
Your dog was just howling until you let him out.
We've never heard him bark. We've never heard him howl.
He was barking like a second ago. Yeah,
it was barking and he was howling loud. So he is ready for attention.
Maybe he had to take a huge shit.
Yeah. Did you take a picture for the episode yet or no?
Did you take a picture of his
shit?
Yes,
I did. I already took it.
Okay, good.
Good.
Love you guys.
Yeah, same.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. Listen to the Sixer podcast whenever it comes out.
Well, let's wrap this up here, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With our, I don't remember what the scores are. 1,
2 threes. Me and Steph.
3
2 threes and a 4. We close the book on Whattley by the Bay, and we shall never speak of that show again.
Yeah.
But join us next time, won't you please, when we watch the pilot episode of The Omen. No, I'm just kidding. It's not The Omen. That was a miscommunication recently, Blake and I had. It's a pilot episode. This is one that I've had for a long, long time.
I can't wait to watch it.
It's called MICROCOPS.
MICROCOPS.
Here's a little something to sound retarded. Disneyland. 2 intergalactic microcops chase a cosmic crook named Cloyd to Earth.
Cloyd!
Where their size becomes cellular. You can find the entire episode of MICROCOPS by subscribing to Couch Pilots and SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our links on our show notes, or go to YouTube, Kevin,
and check out all the commotion.
Thank you.
Can you play Intergalactic Planetary?
I got it.
Yeah,
not now. For the next episode.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. Should we play Dr. Dre next episode or
no?
This is not. We're done. This is the end of CBS Summer Playoffs. By the way, I couldn't find a full season's worth because we're just there's more out there, but I can't get a hold of them. I can't find them. I think we're even talking to Martin Hafer about that actually.
Yeah.
But MICROCOPS is one I think from the 70s, and
is it in? MICROCOPS is the end of the Playhouse? Or
no,
we're done
today's
with it?
was. Today's was. Yeah.
Oh, what an honor! I didn't know that you.
It is an honor. You're right.
It is.
You are right to feel honored.
I didn't know I was like the end of the season.
Oh yeah.
Do you have somebody else going on for MICROCOPS? You got somebody scheduled?
I don't want to jinx it, but I think we're gonna get
Wambacher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Marty Wambacher. Yeah,
That'd be a great get.
Local blogger extraordinaire. He does one-man shows. He's performed in New York and Chicago on
He used
stages.
to live in New York. I've read a whole lot of his stuff.
I've seen one of his shows live. He's got another one coming up. It might be out by the time that it might have passed by the time this comes out, but for one of our upcoming episodes, I think we're going to get Marty Wambacher.
If not next, you got to get him on. He's going to be a great.
I'll make sure the toilet's flushed down here.
Thank you. I ran into him recently at a we had kind of a punk music scene here in the late 90s, early on.
You mentioned that, yeah.
And a local bookstore called Lit on Fire was having a book selling and signing of this locally made book about the local punk scene. And I ran into Marty there, and we chatted it up for a little bit. I said, "Hey, Marty, remember you were supposed to come on the show about a year ago?" He says, "You asked me the exact day everything in the entire world as we know it shut down for COVID." And I said I couldn't do it. And I said, I remember, I totally understand. Do you want to come back on the show? He says, I will do it.
Nice.
So I think we're going to have him back on in a couple weeks. I'm excited to have him.
That'll be great.
Will you get his writer for me?
Yeah.
He says he only wants clear Band-Aids. So
I'll get some.
That's good.
Anything you want to say at the end here, Blake?
No, I appreciate you guys, and it's been a fun night. And Kevin's good seeing you, and it's good hearing your wife.
Can I ask you real quick? Do you feel confident going into episode 300?
I'm going to smoke the fuck out of him.
You're prepared. You're psyched up.
I've bowled 3 600s since I got back from Vegas. I'm good to go.
Okay. And are you and I going to go see Plaza Lanes together soon?
Yeah, we are.
This week sometime.
This week, yeah.
Let me
This
know.
week, yeah.
I will go over there.
They got it's all kind of done or something? What's?
No, we're just going to get the scope of the land and talk to the manager.
Oh,
and say,
Plaza
hey,
Lane's the one in Washington. Yeah.
Where-
Let me
where-
know when you're going. I might.
Where the event will be. Yeah, we'll let you know. We'll come with us.
Yeah, I'll get the kids over there too. Have Ian bowl a little bit.
Blake briefly mentioned it. I will second his emotion and say, Kevin, 2 episodes in a row. Very grateful to have you here. I haven't seen
Always
you in a
so
while.
fun to be on.
I missed you. I'm glad you're back on the program.
Tough to be genuine in the goofy times that we have together, but it is honestly my favorite thing to do.
That's very nice
This
of you to say.
it doesn't matter what capacity we're doing it, what exact show. You two guys on microphones and me. Doesn't even matter if there's somebody else that's ruining it, a fourth person. But usually when it's just us three, it's lightning in a bottle, and I really enjoy it. Hopefully people enjoy it as much as we all do.
I did get a message from Chris Tuckley. We didn't do a lot of fan feedback on this one.
Yeah.
But I got a message from Chris Tuckley, which I'm glad doesn't have COVID or is underwater.
Yeah.
But he said, Molly is a great Couch Pilots guest.
Oh, she was
one
great.
of the best.
She was great. She was really good.
My answer was, haha, thanks. I'll be sure to let her know. I think it's best when she gets drunk.
Yeah, there was that, and then we had her on recently where you guys had a fight, an actual fight at the end of the
I
show.
love that. I love
It was
that.
the
It was
best.
amazing. It reminded me of my own podcast.
I was going to say, turnabout is
Let's
fair
try
play,
this.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Let's try this.
Well, this pilot may have been rough, but it is always a smooth flight here on Couch Pilots. Thank you, everyone, and we shall see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Take care, retards.
On behalf of Couch Pilots and the entire crew, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.